Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I'm just going to walk you through Cascade's ESG report. I'll talk a bit about an introduction. I'll go into who is Cascade, and I'll talk a bit more about ESG in general. Here's a bio about myself. I'm a CPA CGA. I'm a subject matter expert in ESG reporting or anything around clean technology. I've been all over this concept or area of policy for well over 20 years. Who is Cascade? So the pulp and paper sector can be broken down in a couple sectors. One is what we would call is the lumber producers that are producing the board. And then there's the other ones that are working with the pulp and paper, creating packaging uh, supplies, whether that's paper products, whether that's plastics, whatever, anything else is overall diapers, toilet paper, and all that. And that's where Cascade fits in. They're more working in the consumer goods market, and they have multiple plants around the world. So they're a good company to kind of look at because they have an impact and they bring in forestry products, which they then convert to end products. Here's a look at their stock price. You can see it's up and down. It's trading just above $951 a share, and they trade actively on the TSX. If you look at here, the climate change, so their mills in general and facilities are energy intensive. They are looking at ways to reduce their emissions down. They're moving more and more to renewable energy sources, and they're looking at ways to recycle more. And if you look at this chart, it shows you two parts of it. It shows you the first part of where they're heading on their emission targets. The second part is they're focusing on greener products that are more sustainable. This gives you a bit more idea around their product makeup and just in terms of where they're heading with the composite products that are more friendly to the environment. And that's key critical path of a lot of the companies now, because that gets into the scope 4 area, which is basically looking at certification of these products of being net zero or specifically green, clean, and all that. This gives you an idea where they allocated resources on the volunteer side. Like many organizations, they allocate hours, and these could be volunteering things with the environment, river cleanups, they could be tree planting, they could be different community events, but they allocate a certain amount of hours to their employees to go out and participate in community activities within their various communities. This gives you an idea where they're at with their emissions, and it highlights how far they've come down. And this is significant because you look at the paper processing and just what they have to do to make their products. They are really looking at their overall environment in terms of their manufacturing processes to make sure that they can make their products in a sustainable way. This gives you an idea of their energy. Their goal is by 2030 to have everything from renewable power. And that's where you see the dam up there, that's hydro. It will be likely solar and other sources that they can pull in and power around their facilities. And we may even see where they start using methane to draw methane out of the landfill sites and converting that methane into renewable natural gas as well. This gives you an idea what they're doing on the recycling. The reason why I want to highlight this is they've won significant amount of awards from various different groups, non-for-profit groups, on their operations, and from their energy to their water to their recycling to their overall facility management. This gives you an idea a little bit more on their biodiversity area. That's a big area around tree planting and sustainable practices. So this gives you an idea. They put a lot of emphasis on that. Water, I can't overemphasize. They've done significant things around recycling water, just on water consumption as part of their overall processes. Now, I brought this up because this came out late last week, so that they got certified, and the circular economy basically is everybody's trying to get so any of their waste or any of their other products that they do that they can recycle them back in. And Cascade has been a leader in the ability to recycle, reuse, reduce is all been part of their process, and they've won a couple key awards based on theirs. So they've really changed their culture to a more sustainable business practice culture. The last few slides here just talk about really how you move forward with ESG. And you see here with data, it's all about policy is in data, having the right team established. That here's some additional information. I write numerous blogs, so you can find me on LinkedIn. Um, I'm basically an expert in many areas of policy, but I'm really kind of trying to drive the ESG stuff, especially around sustainable practices.